Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid Sport. Huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing the sedan for me today. They have a massive selection of new and pre-owned inventory. That link is down in the description. So this Honda is finished off in white. They have a starting MSRP just under $28,000 with several different trim levels to go with. Hybrid, non-hybrid, just depending on your budget and what you're looking for. So powering this hybrid is a 2-liter 4-cylinder with that electric system. It's paired to the CVT transmission, pumping out 204 horsepower, 134 pound-feet of torque. This is all-wheel drive, weighs in right around 3,400 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. Top speed is 125 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 12.8 gallons, but you'll expect to see around 46 miles per gallon in the city, 41 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 111.4 inches. Its overall length is 195.7. It has a width of 73.3, a height of 57.1, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.3 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this all-new Accord, let's start off with the Honda badge front and center. This is for the forward-facing sensor, but it's also the badge, of course, and that includes all of the adaptive cruise and the rest of that technology. So it's nice to see that incorporated into the badge itself. And then for everything else, we have all of the cutouts both in the upper and lower grille, some plastic trim in the lower section. This does have LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals with a really cool design. They're sunken in a little bit with the gray trim that separates the white and the grille from those housings, just to make them a little bit more distinctive. And then very subtle lines come down the hood. I think it has a great front end, very simple, but gives it a good look. Now this has a set of 19-inch wheels with that 5-spoke design, the 2-tone design as well. And there's some more trim in the lower side skirt, gloss black for the side mirrors. This does have a sunroof. There is chrome trim for the windows in the upper section there, just to give it a little bit more flair. And then very nice lines that go down the side. So there's one just above the door handles that goes from headlight to taillight. Some contoured lines in the lower section. It just gives it a really good sedan vibe. And then for the rear, gloss black for the spoiler, Honda badge right in the middle with the LED light bar that runs right through that trunk. There's all the badging, backup camera, no sensors in the rear, but there's more plastic for that lower section there. And this even has remote start. So if we lock it and hold on this button, it will come to life. And you won't really hear it, of course, because it is the hybrid system. But you can also use that to shut it off if you need to. And then from there, we can unlock it. We can use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath to open up the trunk. Now the Accord is on the larger side, so we have a good bit of space with those back seats up. You can fit in a lot of items if needed. And then you can even fold down the back seat. So just pull on these tabs on both sides, and with them folded down, of course, that gives you a lot more interior and usable space, making it that much more practical. There's also a little bit of hidden storage located underneath the floor. And then on the right side, there's one grab handle, which makes it easy to close that trunk. Now, as we move on to the back seats, we have a really nice design. There's some matte black trim accents on the armrest surrounding the window control, release, a little bit of storage down below. No speaker on the door panel, however. And then for the interior, we have the black leather seats with the gray stitching and a good bit of space. I am 5'10". I have plenty of room. Storage pockets behind both front seats. No climates or anything right in the middle, which is unusual. But you do have the armrest right in the middle. You can fold that down for 2 cup holders, which is nice. And then you have a lot of visibility. Thin pillars in the back with that window separating them. And as far as headroom goes, I have about 1 inch or so above my head. It's a very roomy seat though. It feels very wide for me. So I can be comfortable in the back, go on a road trip, and have a lot of space. So that is of course nice. And then the front door panel is finished off just like the rear. There's the speaker, all of the window and side mirror adjustments, release handle, and even more storage in that lower section. And then same design for the automatic seats up front. And it's a low car, so you do have to step down into it. And for this model, steering wheel is finished off in leather. We are greeted with the Honda logo there. We have paddle shifters, even though this is a CVT, I'll explain that later. volume and tuning, voice commands and Bluetooth, and then all the adaptive cruise control settings are on the right side along with the steering assist. So let's fire this back up. That button's over on the right side. And we can go through the rest of this information. For the digital gauge cluster, on the far left side is the battery voltage, right side is the fuel level, and then within the digital screen, the charge and power is on the left side with your miles per hour on that right side. Now, if I use this rotary dial over on the left side, we can actually go through some more info within the power and the charge there. So I can go into the customized display. So basically you can set whatever content that you would like to see. You have your phone, Bluetooth, USBs that you can adjust along with your radio. You can go into your phone and then go back here. So not a whole lot of information, but it's nice that you have all of this that you can go through within the gauge cluster itself. Now on the left side, there's the trunk release along with the hood release located in the lower section. One air vent with a really cool design for that back area. And then as we work our way to the middle, check out the size of this infotainment system. So on the home screen right now, there's a bunch of icons like phone, Bluetooth, you have power flow, so you can monitor where the power is being sent, of course, how much power you're using, your total range. We have 409 miles with almost a full tank, which is impressive to see. And then you have some other things to go into just to configure as needed. Now on this right side, we do have a split screen. So you can pull up some various information on that right side and still have this info shown on the left. You can also get into your Bluetooth, smartphone, so you can pair your phone to this system, and then you can even add some more information as needed. Not a ton of information, but it gives you everything that you need for a daily driver. There's also power and volume for the radio as a physical button. Now there's more of that trim going all the way to the passenger side for the air vent backing, which I think is a really cool integration and weave there. All the climate adjustments are laid out very well underneath that with the fan speed, temperature, where you like the air to go. There's USB-Cs down below along with a lot of storage where you could place your phone. And then 2 cup holders on this right side with even a little bit where you could place your phone maybe right in the middle. If we put this into reverse now, check out the backup camera with some really good graphics to be able to see, even a down angle, so that way you can get close to some objects. We have drive and then back to park. Now behind that, there's the brake hold with the e-brake along with a E button. If I push on that, that is for the auto EV. Currently the battery is not charged enough in order to do that, so you can, the more you drive it, of course, the more you can charge it. It is not a plug-in, so it just needs some more miles. Now we also have different driving modes. There's sport mode, individual, normal, and eco. So you can go through those as needed, which is of course nice. And then right in the middle for the armrest, it's actually pretty large. There's a 12 volt in the bottom there, so you can fit a lot of items along with the glove box space where you have even more room. Up top in the headliner, there's a sunglass holder, which is really convenient. Dome lights are on both sides, and then you have the adjustments for that automatic sunroof. And a look at visibility from the driver's seat, it's very open. So it's easy to see in all directions. As we set up now behind the wheel for this Honda Accord Hybrid Sport, we don't get a lot of seat time behind the wheel of Hondas. I do have a Honda CR-V in my garage at the moment, so I have a little bit of experience with them. But the Honda Accord seems to be something that's not only very popular, it's a very reliable vehicle. And now the fact that you have several different hybrid trim levels to go with, like I said, this is the Sport model, there's probably 6 or 7 different trim levels, hybrid or not, that you can choose from depending on your budget. So you can be under $30,000 if you get some of the lower trim levels, and of course hybrids and some of the other models, you can go up above that. So it's a really cool sedan to be able to check out, and the fact that it gets so much MPGs, 46 and 41, it's a little bit better in the city because you're not going higher speeds. But not bad. Just getting up to speed there. For a 2-liter 4-cylinder, doesn't feel like it's struggling to get up, at least for that slight acceleration. With the power figures, it doesn't seem like it has a lot, and it doesn't, but that seemed fine. For the buyer of this vehicle, I would say you're gonna have no issues getting up to speed, merging, things like that. Depends on the situation, of course. Instead of using the paddle shifters to switch gears, these are actually for the no pedal braking. So by pushing on the positive paddle, we're going all the way up to basically a setting where if I let off the accelerator, nothing's gonna happen. We're just coasting as you would. If I push on the negative paddle and go all the way, now the vehicle's starting to slow down. Hopefully you can tell we're almost coming to a stop there. And as far as driving this, it's what you'd expect from a Honda. It's very comfortable and quiet, not a lot of road noise or wind noise, and it's an extremely reliable vehicle too. Honda is at the top as far as reliability and what these vehicles are capable of doing mileage-wise. My CR-V just hit 100,000 miles and it's still going strong. So it is just getting broken in. So if you buy this, you're gonna have it for quite some time, hopefully. And with it in sport mode, here we go. And you can hear the engine a little bit, not really high in the RPM there, but we got up to speed. It's not a performance-oriented sedan by any means, but I think its acceleration is adequate for merging and other situations like that. And now that we're driving the 23 Honda Accord, I really like it. It's a very comfortable and smooth vehicle to drive. For its price tag, it feels very solid. I don't have any complaints with wind noise, road noise, how it's driving. This is going to be a really good, affordable daily driver if this is something that you were looking for. Now, as far as the tech goes, real quick, Honda's not really known for having a bunch of technology, but I love the layout. Super simple, super easy to use, and you get the vitals like the distance pacing, hooking up your phone, some of those important things that you would want, of course, in your daily. And it rides so well. I am impressed with it for about 30 grand, again, depending on the trim level that you want to go with. It's a nice vehicle. Not a whole lot to talk about because it is a simple sedan, but I don't mean that in a bad way. If you're not looking for all those extra bells and whistles, you get reliability, you get fuel efficiency, you get an easy to use pretty much everything, and you can drive it every day. So it's really hard to knock it for any of those reasons, especially for the price tag. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid Sport. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this used vehicle for me today. Definitely take a look at their website. Link is down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and smash that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.